a double from here. So everybody's listening to this. We're at $111,000, and you think by Christmas time, effectively, we could be at 200,000?
That's right.
Attention crypto holders, this is an emergency. Send this video to anybody you know who uses crypto. All hell is breaking loose in the market right now as popular crypto wallet Ledger, their CTO, declares over 1 billion wallets have been compromised. 1 billion compromised. If you know somebody who uses crypto, send them this video. And please understand this yourself or else risk losing your money. What you need to know is this: a major wallet malware issue is under investigation. Basically, bad software changes your address last minute and steals your coins. So, from this point forward, you should exercise extreme caution when sending transactions. If you use a hardware wallet, you're safe as long as you verify every transaction. If you use a hot wallet, the recommendation at this point is to refrain from using your hot wallet at this time. Make sure you subscribe to Altcoin Daily. Follow us on Twitter. This is a continuing story. We're going to keep you updated. Smash the like button if you appreciate us coming at you on a daily basis, keeping you informed in everything crypto. The TLDR is this: please double and triple check every single digit when signing all transactions, and share this info with anybody you know who uses crypto. Be safe out there, protect your crypto, think towards the future, and understand your crypto is going to be worth a lot of money someday. Just ask Tom Lee. CNBC was shocked today to hear Tom Lee say that Bitcoin can still easily get to $200,000 before year end. Ethereum will outperform, of course. I love that Tom doesn't just say it, he explains it. So listen to this. Here Tom gives his updated market thoughts on Bitcoin and Ethereum on CNBC. Listen.
Tom, Bitcoin, before we let you go, tell us what you think. We're at about $111,000. The upside, the downside from here?
Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies like Ethereum are super sensitive to monetary policy. So I think that September 17th is an important catalyst. Crypto typically does really well in the fourth quarter. So I think Bitcoin can easily get to 200,000 before year end. I know it's a big move. It's almost a double, but that's also going to be
almost a double from here. Let's just hold on. Let's just take a quick pause. A double from here. So everybody's listening to this. We're at $111,000, and you think by Christmas time, effectively, we could be at 200,000?
That's right. One of the reasons Bitcoin stalled this year is the Fed's been on pause for 9 months. That pause all year, if you look at an easing cycle, that's only happened 2 other times, in 1998 and 2024, where the Fed began to resume cuts in the fourth quarter in September. Equities do really well. As you know, crypto is beta to equity. So I think it's going to be a very strong fourth quarter. Small caps should also rally, like IWM, but that also is really bullish for Ethereum, which is highly linked to small caps.
So you are seriously bullish into the end of the year at this point, given these rate cuts. You don't look at it as bad news is good news, but therefore the good news can't be that good situation?
I would be more cautious, Andrew, if we didn't encounter so much skepticism about stocks. I think year to date, the S&P is up 10%. As you know, when you look at a pretty good measure like AAII, net bulls, less bears, it's been negative for 5 weeks. So at all-time highs, investors are bearish. And we find that skepticism among our institutional clients. So I think most are kind of bracing for a defensive view between September and year end. That's why I think that the stock market will surprise to the upside.
You can make even more money trading crypto. This is an exchange I like. This is the best deal I've ever seen by any exchange. $100,000 in trading bonuses. Anybody can take advantage of this, but you must act quickly. This deal won't be around forever. $100K extra in trading bonuses. No KYC. Make sure you use our Bitunix exchange link below. Michael Saylor buys more Bitcoin. And in other news, Bitcoin's logo is orange. Michael Saylor, too, took to CNBC today, big day for CNBC, and Saylor was asked about Tom Lee's $200,000 by end of year Bitcoin price prediction. In this clip, it almost seems like CNBC is more bullish on Bitcoin than Saylor. Saylor plays it cool, and CNBC just keeps going. But what about 200K by end of year? Now, they do make Mike name a price, so that's good. And you need to read between the lines here because it's very apparent Saylor's trying to play it cool. I think Saylor actually wants to say more than he's letting on. Listen to this clip and you tell me what you think.
We had Tom Lee on the broadcast. I don't know if you saw this earlier today. And he effectively said Bitcoin at $111,000 is headed to $200,000 effectively by Christmas. What do you think of that?
Well, most of the equity analysts that follow our stock have target prices for Bitcoin, and they're all north of 150. Bitcoin represents a digital transformation of the capital markets, and so the more people know about it, the more they get educated on it, the more companies embrace it, the higher it goes. You can't make any more of it.
Right. That may be all, but in terms of just what you're seeing in terms of flows and whatnot, that would get it to $200,000 by the end of the year.
Yeah, great flows from the ETFs. BlackRock is showing record numbers. Our companies raised $19 billion this year.
Right.
All of it went into Bitcoin. We just announced $217 million of Bitcoin purchases this morning before I walked onto this set here.
Wait, 217 million this morning?
217 million, just slightly less than 2,000 Bitcoin. Our first buy, and we were the first public company to buy Bitcoin, we bought $250 million of Bitcoin, and that was like all the money we'd come up with in 30 years.
Yeah.
And this was just a short week. 4 days.
I know that Bitcoin will hit $1 million someday, that Ethereum will hit $20,000 someday because BlackRock is pushing it. BlackRock loves Bitcoin and Ethereum specifically and crypto in general. Just read some of the reports and statements that BlackRock has been putting out over the last year. It is clear that they believe that Bitcoin and crypto gets a whole lot higher from where it is right now. I cried tears of joy watching this clip again because it's amazing how far we've come since Larry Fink said this on TV last year. And understand that it is the continuation of this education that Larry Fink is giving on TV that will send Bitcoin and crypto's prices sky high, even higher than where they are today. This was the start, but this snowball is getting bigger and bigger.
I believe Bitcoin is legitimate. I believe it is an instrument that you invest in when you're more frightened, though. It is an instrument when you believe that countries are debasing their currency, debasing their currency by excess deficits. And some countries are. I believe we have countries where you're frightened of your everyday existence, and if you have an opportunity to invest in something that is outside your country's control, then you can have more financial control. And so I'm a major believer that there is a role for Bitcoin in portfolios. I believe you're going to see that as one of the asset classes that we all look at. I look at it as digital gold, as I said before, and I do believe there's a real need for everyone to look at it as one alternative to, I would say, the optimism that I have in the world. If you want to hedge hope, Bitcoin is not an instrument for hope unless you're hopeful you're going to make a lot of money on it. But I look at it as a vehicle in which you're expressing your financial acumen in something that you're more frightened of the world, you're more frightened of your existence. And I believe there's a great industrial use for it. And I think a lot of people are missing that.
I couldn't agree more. I changed my mind about it when you did.
In other news, the House GOP pushes for Senate approval of Clarity Act. I'm telling you, this is coming. Most people have no idea that this is coming. The news is the House panel is urging Senate action to create clear rules for digital asset markets amid ongoing legislative efforts. We know this is coming. The Clarity Act and rate cuts are two of the biggest catalysts on the horizon for crypto that still have yet to happen, which is why I've never been more bullish on this space. I try to show you that on a daily basis. Every single day for the past 7-8 years, I've been coming at you saying buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, crypto's bullish. This is what you need to know. Make sure you subscribe. I think our best years are ahead of us. See you tomorrow.